This evening, we're going to talk about the coronavirus. One of our lovely viewers has requested that we talk about the coronavirus. So we're going to discuss that this evening.
Okay.
We're going to start with Ray C. We're going to talk about the numbers, schools reopening, vaccine. So our loyal viewer,
Vaccine.
yeah, we'll talk about that. I'm not comfortable with the vaccine. I don't think I'm comfortable with any vaccines that they
No, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not comfortable with the vaccine either.
Vaccine.
So one of our loyal viewers wanted to know, how do you think the virus came about?
I don't know. I don't want to start like a conspiracy theory and say that they cooked it up in China and put it out on the world, but that's possible. I mean, but then that could be just a conspiracy theory also, and it could be just as like any other virus start. So you can't really say, how it started.
Yeah, but they, as much as they keep saying it came from China, and you listen to thousands of Chinamen and ship them off all around the world to pass the virus.
See, that's conspiracy theory. That's why I said I don't want to get caught up in that.
Because didn't they say it started somewhere with the New Rochelle? Didn't they have to lock down the area?
No. It started in China.
They say.
Okay.
But remember.
And then it went from China to Europe.
Yeah.
And whoever in Europe came to New Rochelle. And that's how it got into New York.
And remember, they locked down that entire area.
Correct. But my thing is this, and this is what I wanted to bring to the conversation. New York got it bad.
Yeah.
I had multiple friends that got the coronavirus. I had a friend who got it, and I spoke to him on the phone, and he sounded horrible. I mean, it brought me to tears just listening to him struggle to talk and deal with it. So I knew coronavirus was real at that point. But what I don't understand is New York went through what New York went through. We had thousands die. We had thousands get it. How is it that in the Midwest and the South, they're getting hit so hard after watching what New York went through? I mean, let me finish. I can understand you can blame the politicians as far as they don't lock down the state like Cuomo locked down the state or de Blasio locked down the city. But the people of the state of Texas, Florida, California, who's getting it the worst at this point, who numbers pass New York numbers.
Oh, yeah.
How do you not stay in the house? You go, okay, it's a party, I gotta be there. But how are you saying it's a party, I gotta be there? Go, guess what? You're gonna miss a lot more parties if you're dead. Well, if they put you in the grave and you're dead. So why are you don't have to go out the house because outside is open. It's not like you going to work.
Well,
there's not too many jobs out there.
Yeah, but if your governor is telling them, which they is telling them, they don't have to wear masks, they can get back out to restaurants, they can go back out to the bars. I mean, these people are listening to these guys, man. They're listening.
Okay, but you as an individual, you don't have to listen to them. If they tell you to put your life on the line, you don't have to put your life on the line. You're smart enough to know that coronavirus is real. I saw what happened in New York. But guess what? My governor says that I can go outside, so I'm going outside.
Well, think about this part.
Different factors too. Some people probably still to this day don't even believe the coronavirus exists.
And,
You gotta think of
that's it right
those
there.
people, but then you got to think of people who lost their jobs, lost their businesses. So if they're like, well, I'm gonna try to get out there and possibly look for employment, a way to, you know, provide for my family. There's so many factors. Yes, and you have the people who they had coronavirus parties, which was just insane. So you got
Exactly.
everybody has a different mindset on the virus. And you have people who did stay at home, and then you have people who felt like, well, the government is not going to tell me how to live my life, whether what they were saying would have protected them and slowed the spread of the virus. You know, you got to.
Well, I understand that, but my point is that as if you don't have to be out there, why be out there? That's just the point that I'm making.
Well, look at it like this.
You got to think of people are not used to being stuck in the house. People, for the most part, we've been stuck in the house since March. So you have people who are who believe in I have to be social. I don't care. I need to be out.
Well, that's true too. But guess what? That's the point I was making.
Well,
you may say, I got to make it to this party. I got to make it to this club. I got to make it to this dinner. Guess what? You're going to miss a lot of parties, a lot more clubs, a lot more dinners once you die from this coronavirus.
Well, hey, listen, if the
you would
government is
have
telling
to
them
miss.
to go out, what are you going to do? The government's telling them that they can go out. I mean, think about it. What about the people that were ingesting bleach or rubbing bleach on their body because this idiot stood up there and said it? They're gonna follow.
Okay, but you can't just continuously. I understand politicians are going to be politicians, but you can't as an individual. If like now Cuomo says we can go out, keep social distance, wear your mask, wash your hands, do the same old things, but we have things going on. But look at me, it's Saturday and I'm in the house. So I don't, just because they tell me I can go back out doesn't mean I'm going to run out there.
Okay, that's because you're thinking for yourself. But
exactly, that's what I'm saying. You got to make individual decisions.
But they're not. The ones that are running back to the bars and everything like that, they're listening to what these people are saying on TV. That's the ones that are constantly getting it and spreading it. Those are the ones that just hear one thing. He said it's okay, so it must be okay. So I don't have to worry about my health.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. People are doing that, and I think that's foolish. And I especially say people of color.
Well, what?
We're getting hit the worst. We're getting hit the worst. We don't want this vaccine that he's trying to push and all that. So what the hell are we doing?
But we're throwing coronavirus parties. I mean, about that. You got these fools doing that nonsense. What's coronavirus? So everybody, whoever gets the virus first gets the money. Hey, listen to that kind of.
Well, it's going to be pretty hard to spend that money when you 6 feet under.
But that's what they're doing.
You got to think about the other factors. Not all people are leaving the house because they just don't care. Some people are leaving the house because they are trying to find a job to support their family. I mean, look at the unemployment rate, still extremely high.
Yeah,
exactly. So that means there's not a lot of jobs out there.
Of course, it affected us the hardest, and that's not just health-wise, financially. So many different factors. You got people being evicted. So I mean,
that's happening now too.
What are people thinking about? People are thinking that I have to support my family. Not saying that going out the house may be the right thing to do, but maybe that's what they feel.
But no, I that's what I'm saying. No? I understand that if you have to be out there, then you have to be out there. But people are just out there just because, and you out here and you're not looking for employment at this point. You know what I'm saying? People are going out and you just see them outside and go, you going to look for employment? No, they're not going to look for employment. They're just outside.
And that's people
to be outside. And that's who I'm talking about.
No one is going to tell them how to live their lives. That's those people. And unfortunately, they may be the ones that end up sick and passing it along to someone else who end up
Exactly.
dying from this virus. But at the end of
Okay,
the day, you
and
have the
nobody can
people
tell you how to live your life.
the mindset.
But guess what? You can not listen now to somebody telling you how to live your life, or you can be dead also.
And even though
So
you're
it's
saying
like
that,
a 50-50 split.
and even though you're saying that, some people, because everybody has their own mindset and their views on everything that's going on. Some people may feel like, well, I'm not going to live my life in fear and spend the rest of my life or however long in the house, and they're going to leave the house.
Yep.
You have those.
Yeah.
No, I don't
different.
disagree with anything you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's foolish.
And it probably
See, and I say it's foolish because I had friends next to me. I'm not going to say any names, close friends that caught it, and I saw what they went through. I talked to them. They called me on cell phones from their hospital bed because they was under quarantine at their hospitals, and I heard them trying to talk because they got pneumonia and they're going through this. And, you know, I guess if you don't experience it like it's right on your doorstep, or it's somebody really close to you that get it and you get to see them, talk to them, or something like that,
mm-hmm.
you don't think it's real. It's real. Trust me.
That is.
Well, I had somebody that close. We had you know Aunt Phyllis. She got it, and you know she's still suffering through it. So yeah, I mean, you know, it's a serious thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she got it because, you know, she does a lot of volunteer work in a nursing home. She does a lot of volunteer work in a church. So she got it probably that way. But you got some of these people that they just want to go back in the bars. They want to just sit in the restaurant. You know, I can understand after a while being cooped up in your house, but right now it's not the time to be worried about being cooped up in your house. You know, you don't want to be cooped up in the bar and you come out that bar worse off than you went in.
That's true.
You got, you know, I mean, listen, we got a president who enjoys crowds.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got all these people that are cooped up together. All it takes is one of them, and then that one passes it to somebody, and that person take it home, and then the next person, you know, and that's all they're doing. Because people, when he had his what was it, like 6,000 people in there, and they had people in there that got sick. When they had that Sturgis motorcycle thing, some of them caught the coronavirus. So these people, they're not worried about it because they're still going out there doing the same foolishness. We packed together, and before you know it, like that other young guy who on his deathbed knew he made a mistake, and look what it did to him.
But see, it's too late at that point.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's too late at that point. So
it's actually too late.
That's why I'm saying, like, being that people of color, Caucasian people, they get it just the same, but we're getting it at a higher number. So I'm saying that people of color need to take care of themselves and stop with the BS and going, oh, outside is open, so I'm going outside. No, you got to take care of yourself until this thing is gone. Well, you got to do what you have to do to stay alive.
I don't
stop all this macho BS about I gotta live. It's no joke.
People of color. I think that it's people in all races who are thinking like that. Not everybody, not even the large majority. There are people who think like that in every race, not just people.
I'm saying to people of color because we're getting hit so much harder. I'm saying Caucasian people get it also, but I'm speaking to people of color because we're getting hit so hard.
Well, what now? When this thing, they want to send these kids back to school, right? I see these kids here, up here. They're out there they're playing basketball. Everybody's got their shirts off. They're playing basketball. The kids are not thinking about. They're not thinking about it. So
Yeah.
it happens. And it's happening in the schools. It's happening. The kids are catching it. But you know what? Keep putting on there, the kids, they can get over it easier and don't worry about. No, it's not like that. Kids have the same body parts as old people have. Now, old people
Exactly.
as
That's
old
what I
people.
don't understand
That
because people
makes no
think that
sense.
young kids, young children
Makes no sense.
are gonna get over it or they can get by. But guess what? How can you make that statement when you don't even understand the virus yourself?
Exactly. Exactly. But they said the young kids can get over it. Why? Their heart is different than an older person? Yes, but the older person's heart is older. But they still have same body parts in them. And
Exactly.
they keep
Yeah.
saying this nonsense. And kids are catching it now.
Yep, and they're
These,
opening up all these schools, like the schools in Florida.
yeah, but every time,
You get
but every
a
time
you
Teachers
you
actually
turn
banned
around,
to bring the school down in
you
Florida.
get a 5-year-old
yeah,
now that may get it,
It has
and
open.
it may not affect them at 5 years old. But what about when they 25 years old?
Yeah,
yeah,
because some people are having some long-term effects. I know there's a baseball player.
Exactly.
He had to
We
actually cut his season because
they if they were
heart
if they knew
issues.
all there
hold
was
on,
to
one
know.
at a time, y'all. One at a time. One at a time.
Yeah, let me finish. Yeah, so the baseball player, he actually had to shut down for the season because he's having heart issues due to the virus. So they don't know what the long-term effects are, whether you're a child or not. So, I mean, I don't trust anything they say about the virus. And as far as a vaccine, I'm the last person in line, and I won't be in line actually to receive the vaccine. So, are you
Watch
guys
out for that.
are you
Watch
guys gonna
out for
get
what
the
you say.
vaccine?
Watch out for what you say because that can become part of a normal physical, that vaccine.
I
Watch
don't
out.
get no physicals. Mm-mm.
Watch out. They'll be saying that's part of your normal physical. You have to take that vaccine. Watch out. They'll be coming after that one. Don't think you're gonna get it. We're gonna get away with not taking it. That can become part of being that it's such a bad virus that can become part of your normal like when you had children vaccinations where you had to take smallpox and these shots. It's going to become part of it.
Yeah, I can see them doing that.
That's going to become part of it.
That's when I stopped. That's when I stopped going to my regular checkups again.
Yeah,
because you got to think they have no other way of really testing this medicine. So how do we test it? We just start giving people shots. You know, that's why get it out operation dipshit warp speed as he wants to call it. Yeah, okay, we're gonna make something and just start sticking people with it and see what it does. Yeah, guess who they're gonna be sticking with that?
us first. Yeah,
Oh, guess who's gonna be sticking with that?
Boston Brown first. So we better be careful and just watch. I don't trust it. Just like they're trying to rush and get a vaccine before the year ends. No,
Yep.
mm-mm.
And you know, Dr. Fauci is like, wait a minute, they're not even going through the stages right,
Yeah.
you know, but they're ready to start injecting people with this, whatever this drug is. But here's the thing: they're not going to tell you if people die from taking this trial drug, because they'll just put them in the freezer box like they do everybody else. So
Okay.
they know what they're doing.
I agree with you on that one.
I can tell you like this: we've been safe. Don't don't think it won't become something they say we're going to make this part of our normal routine, where your normal physical routine. Now you can say you don't want to take it, but you know how you go in there for that colonoscopy and all them tests there where they got to put you to sleep to take those tests. That's when you'll get your injection.
So I won't be going under anymore.
Don't think that they won't do it to you. They will. Because you will not even know you got that shot.
And then
I don't think they can give you anything without letting you know that they gave it to you.
Of course,
Yeah,
they're not
we
gonna
don't
let
think a
you know
whole lot.
that. I
We
wonder
don't
if
think a
people
whole lot.
who are
But
high risk are going to be the first ones that they require to be vaccinated. So like people with heart issues, asthma, other upper respiratory
high
issues.
blood pressure, diabetes, all of that.
Yep, they're gonna be the first ones. I hope not, but
The new diabetes medicine have a little extra into it, something into it, so that when you take the shot, you're getting that little extra liquid mixed in there. Find a way to get it in your body.
well, hopefully.
So, Bobby, did you get tested yet?
No.
I'm about to get tested again. So,
Well, you're not around anybody. And
Yeah,
me,
you're in
I'm
the
the
house.
numbers.
You're not even leaving the house, right?
okay, but I do go to the supermarket.
Do you wear a
I
mask?
went today and got my hair cut. So I'm not saying that I cut myself off from the world completely. So I do, interact with people on occasions. So I feel I can have another test done. My last one I took on June 23rd. So I feel I'm due another test.
Okay.
When I go on my walk again, my 2 mile walk, I'll walk right over to Jacoby and take another one.
I mean, look at these numbers. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, this is ridiculous. But how come the numbers here are so bad, and they're not bad in China? So did China just say we're going to make this poison and just ship it to the United States? We're going to ship it around the world, but we're not going to get affected by it?
Highly doubt that.
I totally doubt that.
Yeah.
Totally doubt that. And in this whole theory, he was saying that they were just shipping Chinamen all around the world. Oh, really? And what these Chinamen were just going around coughing on people? So they were coming up with
That's why I
that.
said don't get caught up in conspiracy theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. We've had over 6 million confirmed cases in the United States.
You know what I find? It's funny because Texas, California, and Florida was like, New York, hold my beer. And
Yeah.
y'all just passed us with cases. I don't understand it.
It's
And y'all
because,
saw it coming.
Part of it is
Those states
politics.
saw it coming.
well,
Part
wait a
of
minute.
it is
Huh?
a part of it is politics, and then a part of it is people just feeling like, well, I'm gonna do whatever I want to do, and then the other part is people feeling like, well, my job has opened back up. I don't have an income, so I'm gonna go out there and work. And I'm sure some people every day, you feel like, well, I'm gonna just do what I have to do to support my family, no matter what. It's unfortunate that some people have to think like that, but I mean, people feel like you got to do what you have to do to survive,
Well,
regardless,
hey,
regardless
wait a
of
minute.
a pandemic or not.
Well, here's how this goes.
Mhm.
Florida and California, two vacationing areas. California beaches, the Florida beaches. So people are going there. They're going, once they felt that we can get out, they're going there. So you're shipping the virus back and forth there. As far as Texas, hard to tell how it got so bad in Texas. Florida and California, I can see people just, I got to fly to Florida for vacation. I'm flying to California. Texas, how they got so bad? They were a powder keg waiting to explode, and it just happened.
I think some of that had to do with testing, because when it all got started, Texas, one of the largest states, was ranked 49th, 50th in testing. So you're not even testing, and you're ready to reopen. So I think that played a part, and then they just reopened, like just open bars up. So people, I gotta go out and drink. I don't understand it. You can have drinks at home, but they want to be
Drink
open
at
and
home.
drink. Hey, I recommend doing a Zoom. Everybody get on a Zoom and drink that way. But I guess they want that physical contact, in person interaction. But I think that was part of it. And then politics to me played a certain percentage. Listening to the president, you had some of these Republican states, these governors, listening to Donald Trump instead of doing what's best for their state, listening to Donald Trump, started reopening, knowing you didn't do what you were supposed to do during the shutdown to begin reopening. So I think some of that had a big factor in Texas. And now in my county, they have gone from stay at home to I guess you can leave your home with extreme caution. And I'm noticing more people are out. This past week, I've been out all week in the office, and I've noticed there's a lot more people out. So we'll see how that goes, and hopefully, people still continue to wear their mask and do what they need to do. And
Listen,
we'll see what happens.
they were willing to die for these people.
Mhm.
You guys see it. They're willing to give their life for these people and not worried about how they go or what happens. Because if they did care, they would protect themselves. But they're not. They're not. Whatever Trump say or Santori and well, the guy in Florida, whatever these guys say, they agree with 100% without question, because they feel like they're telling them they're saying it's safe because they're not wearing masks. So why should I wear a mask? But they're not going out mingling with crowds.
No.
So while they're letting you go out and keep mingling with the crowd, we're going to sit back here on TV and tell you how safe it is. Because we're doing it in front of a camera. People are running out and doing it. And the consequences are, as Raymond said, New York numbers down. Texas, Florida, California, whose numbers were below New York, have catapulted way above them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And that wasn't all because of our governor or our mayor, because they take some credit for it and they deserve some credit because they told us, they came on TV every day and instructed us what to do. But again, people are people and people are still going to do what they want. We took it as New Yorkers upon ourselves to say, you know what, I'm staying home. I'm staying home. And people didn't go out there and do the wrong thing and keep this thing spreading and spreading and spreading. Now, New York is getting like, say, in the 30s, 34, 35, because I get a reading on my phone, 35 cases a day. We were getting thousands of cases a day.
Yeah. To
be down to 34 cases, 35 cases, that's not perfect, but that's great.
New York was the hot zone.
Yeah.
So
New York was the hot zone. You had to stay out of New York City. New York was the hot zone. Now look at it. I like I said, I pass through Times Square coming home, and people are coming back out again. They're wearing masks more in the city, but people are coming out. They're coming out. And they're coming out safe. Why some of these people coming out and they're not safe? It's the strangest thing.
All right, guys, we're going to get ready to wrap it up.
Okay.
Uncle Raymond, any final thoughts on the coronavirus?
My final thoughts are people need to take it serious and don't think that a politician has all the answers. It's up to you, the individual, to take care of your own self. So that's my final thought on this. Take care of your own self.
My final thought is they have to realize that at the end of the day, death, you don't come back from that. And you're right. If you let somebody choose your life or your death, you're foolish for allowing somebody to choose your life, because it'll be your death.
Great. My final thoughts are: be smart, be safe, practice social distancing, put your family and your health first.